Thank you very much, Lambert, and thank you very much for the audience to come this early to listen for a few minutes to me and to the other speakers, distinguished speakers, very much on the fascinating theme of smart cities. To start with, I will briefly go into what you mentioned about initiatives that are being launched at this moment in time with the support of the European Commission, Parliament, Council, around European Innovation Partnership. Just recently in October, the European Innovation Partnership on Smart Cities and Community launched its strategic implementation plan. This partnership is a kind of a novel way of going about with innovation and major themes that are challenging for us today. This is around urban living. It's around the combination between ICT, transport and energy, but also the broader sense of urban living. And the idea is that we do not accept that there is this kind of gap in our innovation systems between the supply side and the demand side, to put it that way, between all the research and technology and innovation development and then ultimately the real use. And that, as a matter of fact, that gap is being bridged by bringing together, let's say, cities, the demand side, those that can supply solutions, and also to make a dialogue that is really a two-way dialogue, where I think especially at this moment in time it's critical to listen carefully to what the cities say and what they want to have, what the city mayors, the city representatives are bringing onto the table in terms of the solutions that they would like to have. Use that in order to steer and direct innovation and research, and conversely also to make sure that the kind of great research and innovation that is happening in Europe is best used and successfully used in areas, in big demand areas in Europe. So we have kind of successful cases for great technology developed in Europe. Now, in that sense, these partnerships are innovative ways of going about, and I would be happy to also say something about the partnership mechanism later if needed. But in this particular case, we are talking about smart cities and communities and creating the large-scale rollout of solutions. Myself, I'm from the part of the European Commission working directly for Commissioner Kroes, responsible for the digital agenda, so I'll say a bit more also about information and communication technology, which is an essential ingredient to make smart cities a reality, to make cities actually work better, for city planning, for transportation, for efficient energy management, for security, for new public and efficient public services. We want to have cities that are better places to live and to work, to do business in. And I'm pretty sure that, I would hope at least, that as in many areas where we say, well, if you say E, then actually really you're talking about a topic. If you say e-health, you're really talking about health. If you say smart cities, you're really talking about cities. Cities that are places where we can live and work all very well. Now, last week, in the context of the Horizon 2020 program that was adopted and has now been launched, we already have mobilized 92 million euros of funding for the smart cities area, an identified smart cities area, and we will hope that that will kickstart a process for developing and trying out together with cities new solutions. That's of course only a small drop in the ocean, but still it's significant. If we look at the total smart cities market, maybe as big as 400 billion in 2020. What we need to do is take the best of these experiences that already exist, because smart cities is actually a concept that is around already since quite a while, and take the best of these experiences and develop solutions, smart city frameworks, if you like, that will be successful beyond the piloting stage, beyond individual projects, to creating really scalable solutions that are available in many cities and that can be also used at what you might call an industrial scale, which means, for example, driving down the cost, realizing interoperability, open solutions, working towards unlocking the opportunities that you see in cities, for example, around data, and especially doing that in Europe, because in a certain sense I think, and I hope that the other speakers and the people around the table will confirm that actually Europe has a real opportunity in smart cities. I mean, if you want to live anywhere in terms of a city, you would probably rather look to Europe than other places in the world, although climate is not always optimal in Brussels, if you talk about that. But livable cities are cities that we should be able to realize and to demonstrate in Europe. Now, surely we have to be realistic. Technology creates also its own problems. We have to learn from the mistakes of the past. And again, there is a lot of shelfware in the field of smart cities, solutions that didn't really make it. We also have to avoid that we get into solutions that create a lock-in. City mayors are very wary of making the wrong choices that do not have a future perspective. So things like openness, for example, are important solutions that citizens can accept, that correspond to the more organic nature that actually a city is. There's a very interesting debate in The Economist last week. I don't know if you saw that. There was a little bit that debate between is it about technology or is a city a living thing? And of course we have to have solutions that combine the two. But the partnership is working in a bottom-up way. We hope that it leads to a situation in which citizens are very much in the driving seat, where we talk about technological, social innovation, also financial innovation. There's a number of big cities that are very much involved in that, but there's a big group of, let's say, mid-sized cities that says we want to actually learn from what the larger cities do in order to create also kind of, or to use that momentum to provide our type of questions and solutions, and also mobilize finance for that. So it's a bit of it's more like an ecosystem, as a matter of fact, this partnership. What we need to pursue are policies such as open standards at all levels, open data policies, where in the Commission also a lot of work is happening on, not to mention the topic of privacy and data protection. Careful also to be that these solutions are not going to explode our energy consumption, and actually we would be shooting ourselves in our own foot with great ICT. We can have ICT which is actually going to be much more energy saving. And as said, we have in the partnership identified a number of priority areas that are at the moment at the intersection between energy, transport and ICT. That's the concentration point where we expect that large-scale projects can also be launched, but we expect, and we know actually, that in the field of smart cities there's a wider range of work that can be happening around, for example, public services, but also, quite interestingly, I have the pleasure that I am pursuing the cybersecurity policy and research and innovation. You just see that the intersection between cybersecurity and cities is a major one. Cities are going to be the places where we'll have to protect complicated infrastructures and keep them up and running. So let me finish. The partnership is an important vehicle. We have a great opportunity mobilizing Horizon 2020 funding, as well as, by the way, also regional funding. Great interest from DG Regio also to be involved in this topic of smart cities with their urban agenda. We think that the European Innovation Partnership is a way to show that made in Europe smart cities solutions are really great solutions. Thank you.